Hello and welcome to another Sprues and Brews video, and in today's video we're going to be checking out the latest supply drop from Hachette Partworks. It is of course the Stormbringer series of magazines based in the Mortal Realms. So every month subscribers get a delivery and you get 4 issues and you occasionally get some other bits and bobs as well. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to check out the contents of all 4 issues and the extra stuff that have come with it as well. As you'll be able to see here, first things first, you do get a binder for your magazines, which is very nice. We'll take a closer look at that in a second. We've also got 4 issues. So we've got issue 24, which comes with a Loom Boss, which I think is our first Gloomspike Gits model. We've got issue 25, which includes a cool Azurite fountain and a couple of treasure chests, which is very nice. Again, we'll be taking a much closer look at these in a moment. Issue 26 comes with Corn Red and Grifthound Orange, which I use an awful lot of. So we've got that there. That's issue 26. And then we also have issue 23. So this should have been at the beginning, but never mind. This is the Lord Aquila, I think it's pronounced. It's the Stormcast hero on the Griff Charger. So a very nice model, and yeah, that's the last one in this 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut to a much closer camera angle. We're going to check out the contents of the sprues and all the issues, and give you a bit of a roundup on values as well. Our thanks to Hachette Partworks for sending these to us, and we will have a post also breaking down these contents as well. If it's not up now, it'll be up very shortly on spruesandbrews.com. But for now, let's transition to a closer look at these magazines. So before we check out each issue, there is one thing that I forgot to mention at the top of the video, and that is with this, I think this might only be if you're a premium subscriber, but you also get the Gutrippa Boss. Now, this guy was a limited exclusive model. He was quite expensive for just like... Basically, he's not a hero in his own right. He joins a unit of Gutrippers. He's like their sergeant model. But he is a really nice model, and I'm so glad that you get one of these in this series, because I'll definitely be painting one up to join a unit of Gutrippers. So this guy has like a vulture. I'm just trying to get that to focus on his arm, which is really, really cool. Still has his spear and shield. He's a really nice model. I kind of wish I picked him up originally. But I was a little bit, you're paying quite a lot for just a unit champion. But he is a really nice model. I'm so glad that he comes in this set. And of course, he comes with a base as well. So I thought that was well worth mentioning first of all. So let's start looking at the issues. I'm going to check out this one first. So this is issue 23. It's got your Lord Aquila. I think that's how it's pronounced. Let's check out the sprue first. So, of course, you've got a nice oval base for him. And then this is sprue. So, he's a little bit of an older miniature, this one. He came out when we got the... trying to get that to focus. He came out with the other hunters. I think is it the Vanguard chamber for the Stormcast? But he was one of my favourite models from that particular range. He's a cool model in his own right, even if maybe you have got a Stormcast army that doesn't have much in the way of Vanguard units, because I think they're called the Paladors, aren't they, that is mount. They have some really cool rules, which gives you a lot of maneuverability. So he might be worth taking anyway, even if you haven't got any of the other hunters and stuff. But it's a really nice sprue. Looks quite straightforward to put together. A lot of you Stormcast fans have probably already got one of these in your collection. However, I haven't, so really looking forward to getting him built. So let's check out the issue. If you haven't checked out any of these videos before, just to give you a rundown, the Stormbringer series is really aimed for those new to Sigmar, or maybe even new to Warhammer. But they do include lots of cool sort of lore and different things that can be used in the narrative. So let's check out issue 23. It talks about the Necroquake, which was an event that occurred when the Soul Wars came out. So it wasn't this edition of Age of Sigmar, it's the edition before. But it was a really cool bit of story about how Nagash was trying to implement his grand plan. There you go, the Soul Wars there. That was the previous starter box for Sigmar. Talks about Venom. That's a cool little short story. That's Gutrippers. You've got a little narrative page here for your new lord. So you've got like a chart you can roll on to see what his origins are. It tells you a bit of background on the character. I really like these. These are like your hero traits. Again, you can roll on them. And you've got some achievements here to try and unlock during your games of Sigmar as well. For example, Vanguard, move from your territory to an enemy territory in a single turn. Hurricane, charge an enemy on the turn you ride the winds, which we'll see in a moment. That's like his really cool movement mechanic. And Quartering Strike, hit with each of the model's weapons in a single turn. The magazine talks in detail about how to build your miniature, and also how to paint him as well, using colours that you'll have had with this magazine. So base coating. It's really detailed how it talks about each of the different colours. Goes on to shading. And you've got a gallery there of your miniature. And you'll it's not completely finished because there are some colours you've not got in the series yet, but you'll be able to come back and finish that off. You've got his war scroll for his games. So I mentioned Ride the Winds. That's it. Instead of picking this unit to make a normal move or retreat, you can say, we'll ride the winds. If he does so, remove the unit from the battlefield and set up anywhere more than 1 inch away from terrain features and objectives, and more than 9 inches from any enemy units. So it's a really cool movement piece, great for some of those battle tactics. And there you go. It shows you how that Ride the Winds works, which is really cool. And then we move on to a battle plan. Every one of these magazines has a battle plan where it'll include a selection of units that you've got so far in the series and pits them against each other in a battle. So you got your different objectives on there, which is really cool. We've got just a general advert for Stormbringer and a preview of what's in the next few issues, which we're going to be checking out anyway. So that's that issue. We'll now move on to issue 24, which is cool because it's our first Goblin model. So let's have a look at him first. He's the Loom Boss. So he's standing on a mushroom. He's cool. He's got like a scary mask. There it is. So yeah, really nice model. If you're new to the Goblins, you won't have this guy, but I think he's come in quite a few of their starter sets. Of course, you got the base as well. But if you haven't, like me, new to the Goblins, that's a great little hero to lead your forces. So let's check out the issue. So of course, got the Loom Boss on the front there. So if you're unsure what he looks like, there he is. And then it talks about the Gloomspite Git. Has such a nice cover. It's from one of their books that they released. I can't remember what it was called. It's a really nice piece of artwork with all those squigs piled up. Talks about the Bad Moon, which is their main mechanic. Grand Alliance of Chaos. Talking a bit about chaos here. Your different chaos gods. The Land of Light and Shadow. And then we move on to the Loom Boss. So similar to the Lord for the Stormcast, you get your character traits here, which you can roll on. Oh, in fact, this is a name generator. Oh, that's even cooler. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. I love anything narrative. So that's cool. And you've also got some achievements to try and get in game. Cut down to size, kill an enemy monster with this model. Could be a bit tricky, but it's doable. Dodge your git, make 2 successful ward rolls in single combat phase, and the best defense. Issue the all-out attack command in every combat phase. How to build your Loom Boss? Really straightforward, just a page and a bit. And then how to paint, again using the models, using the paints that you've picked up so far with this series. And that's how we should look towards the end. Of course, you can always paint them as you want. And we've also got some more of the core rules, which I think came in a previous issue. So it must just be a continuation of that. Just seems a bit random, that page. Hero face stuff. Yeah, perhaps how that goes into the binder we'll add to the core rules, which I think was in the last video in one of the previous issues. This issue talks about heroic actions and command abilities. It's not, the series hasn't covered these. It's great how it kind of breaks down each mechanic as the further into the series you go. So this explains heroic willpower, the finest hour, heroic recovery, and heroic leadership, gaining command points. How you use command abilities, how command points are generated, and the rally ability as well. You've then got your War Scroll card for your Loon Boss, and how his two key abilities work: the Dead Trixie and I'm the Boss. Now stab him good. And then finally, we've got Commanding Vantage. This is a battle plan. Again, using your Loon Boss with a few other models, and also against Stormcast. And that's your battle plan. Slightly more unusual layout for this one compared to some of the ones in previous issues. And again, you've just got some adverts on what's coming next. So it's cool to finally have a goblin for your collection, but we're not quite finished there. So next, we're going to be looking at issue 25. Now, this is my favourite issue from this delivery because it comes with this. Now, I don't think this sprue is available anywhere else. Now, I could be wrong. Could be in one of the scenery sets, but I don't remember ever seeing this before. And it's a really cool fountain, and then you get a couple of treasure chests as well. So there'll be a better picture in a moment when we look at the front image of the issue. But that is a really cool piece of scenery. So I'll be painting that and adding it to my scenery collection. So that's really cool. I really like that. Let's pop that to one side. And as promised, that's what your scenery will look like once it's all built. So this issue comes with a little bit about chaos, which we're going to look at in a second. We'll first check out the issue itself. So this one kicks off with the Realm of Heavens, talking about where the Stormcast hail from, which is very cool. War in the Realm of Heavens. Talks about the College of Magic, basically. We'll see a lot more about these guys as the Cities of Sigmar stuff gets released, which I believe is very, very soon. Keep an eye on the channel. Your Battlefield and Ulgu. So this is giving you some traits for some of your games going forward, as if you're playing in the realm of Ulgu, which is really cool. So you can roll to get a region trait. The Power of Shadow. And then whereabouts you're fighting in that. It's all narrative. There's no changes to rules. It's just really cool if you're playing a narrative game. Again, you've got some narrative stuff here as well for your Azurite Fountain, which is included in this issue. How to build your scenery. So nice, straightforward to build the chest. And the fountain's really easy to do as well. In fact, it's recommended to do it in sub-assemblies to make it a lot easier to paint, which we're going on to now. And this issue is going to introduce you to dry brushing as well, which is a really cool technique, especially on scenery. So telling you how to load your brush correctly, applying it. And here we go, undercoating, shading and base coating your terrain. Looks really nice. I might actually paint mine in the same scheme because that looks really, really nice. And there you go. That's your fountain in sub-assemblies. You've got some more of the core rules here. Again, you'll be able to link those up with the other core rules from the previous issues page as well. At the double and redeploy, it's some more core rules. It's so straightforward how it shows you how to do these, which is really cool. We'll find my words today, and how redeploy works as well. If a unit comes towards you, you can back away, as it were. Which Sigmar fans will know, but again, this is a series made for those that haven't played Sigmar before. And then we have a new pitch battle with some Stormcast up against some units from Destruction, and that's your battle plan. So there's a special deployment and victory conditions. So that's very cool. What you also get with this issue is this little pull out about Armies of Chaos. There's no Chaos models in this series, but if you're tempted, and here's a really nice sort of gallery of artwork to try and tempt you to maybe collect some Chaos models, which is very cool. Talks about sort of demons as well as your mortal Chaos as well. And then finally, issue-wise, we have issue 26. This one's very straightforward. Just comes with a pot of Corn Red and Gryph-hound Orange. Two colours I use quite a lot, so they'll definitely come in very, very handy. Cool front image. A Lumineth hero there on the front cover. And it talks about the Lumineth Realm Lords. Again, another army that you don't get models in this series, but it's cool to have them introduced and sort of telling you what they're about. Whenever I fought them, they're a very annoying army, especially that one that makes your command points double the cost. Total Eclipse, I think it's called. I know my fellow Sprues and Brews player Jay uses that quite a lot on me. It's a quite annoying army to fight, but they're still very, very cool. I'm just very bitter. It also talks about the Daughters of Cain as well, and the Idnef Deepkin, so it's covering all your different elf factions. Gorkamorka is a two-headed god of destruction, and he's introduced in this issue. Telling you all about him. Gordrak. And some more background on him, which is very, very cool. Dawnbringer Crusade. So this is a bit of narrative to help you create a city. So you've got different names here, and you've got different results that you can roll on to create a city that you might want to protect if you're playing the Stormcast. This is what I mean by this series is really good at helping forge a narrative. I know we've been talking about doing an Age of Sigmar narrative campaign amongst us at Sprues and Brews. I think we'll have to use this as some source material for creating some of those locations to fight over and things. So that's cool. You've got a little thing to sign there as well to say once your city's been established. And then you've got the War Clan equivalent. So again, generate a name for your War. And naming your hero. Very cool. So now we've got the Corn Red. It's showing you how to add it to the models you've previously built. Your Knight Arcanum and your Lord Aquila. And your Corn Red on some of your Orruk models as well. You've got some more of the core rules there. And this one talks about Forward to Victory and Unleash Hell. Two other abilities you can use regardless of which army you collect. And also we've got a brand new battle plan as well. Quite a big one, this one. Quite a few models being used. And a really cool deployment map with the destruction in the center. Very, very cool. And that brings us to the end of the issues. We're getting some Gryph-hounds in the next delivery, as well as Zarbag's Git, which was originally an Underworld's warband. But I think they're actually quite cool in the game as well if you're playing full Sigmar. So that's an exciting couple of issues coming up. We've obviously already gone through the character that was also included in this delivery. But then one last thing is this binder. So this is what you're going to be putting all your issues in. But it's not just a boring binder. It's got loads of cool lore about the Mortal Realms in it as well. And a really cool map. So I really like that. I need to sort out all my issues. So I'll be popping them in there. And that is the latest delivery from Hachette Partworks unboxed. Now, I haven't done, I did do a value breakdown, but I've gone and left it off camera. So what I will do is I'll cover that in the write-up over on spruesandbrews.com, which I'll link in the YouTube description. But very quickly, I mean, we've mentioned before the issues with the paints. It would have been cheaper to get those painted separately. However, you do get all the cool lore and bits and pieces that are in the magazine. The scenery, I don't believe you can get anywhere else. So I think $8.99 for that is really good for Warhammer scenery. And your two characters, they definitely cost more than $8.99 to purchase on their own. So absolutely saving there. But I'll do a complete total up on the website on how much you've saved there. But for now, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. We'll be back in with more Stormbringer content when the next delivery lands. I really need to get caught up on painting and getting these guys built, which hopefully I'll do, and you'll be able to check that out over on our social media, on X, formerly known as Twitter. I'll still always call it Twitter, and our Facebook and Discord. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back again soon with more hobbying goodness. Bye!